Brothers and sisters, very briefly, touching on what all the speakers have touched on. Trump, and as Brother Muazzam mentioned, is a system and administration. Now, briefly reflecting on him, this individual is a racist. This individual who, in 2017, in a rally, Charlottesville, where a car rammed itself into counter-protesters, protesting against racism and the far right, this car killed a person, injured 19. What did he say? That's good on both sides. This man who, in his administration, of course following the Obama administration, the number of killings of Afro-Americans, until, people started having smartphones and recording, we were oblivious to it. You had a killing in 2016, before he became president. He became president the end of 2016, November. So around June or July, a man is stopped because his rear light is not working, by the name of Philando Castile. And I would say, please go home and watch this video. Stopped, and the police officer questions him. He gives a piece of paper and politely says, police officer, I'm a licensed armed carrier, and I'm carrying a licensed arm. Bang, 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 shot dead. What is also more horrific is that his partner and child, the child, maybe 2 or 3, saying, Mom, be quiet, because they're going to shoot you. The child has been systemized to accept what's happening because that child is scared what's going to happen to my mom and others. And in 2017, Trump being the president of USA, the police officer is cleared. You have the rise of Islamophobia, the Muslim travel ban. Anas started off with Quranic recitation from Surah Al-Qasas. Tasin Mim, Tilka Ayatul Kitab al-Mubin. Tasin Mim, the letters. These are the verses of the clear book, Al-Quran al-Kareem. Natlu alayka min naba'i Musa wa Fir'aun. We relate to the story of Moses and Fir'aun. Bil-haqqi liqawmi yu'minun. For those who, in truth, for those who believe. And then Allah Ta'ala says, Inna Fir'auna ala fil ard wa ja'ala ahlaha shi'a. He's transgressed upon earth and divided the people, as Trump does with his wall, and the Mexicans, and the blacks, and the whites, and so on. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَسْتَضْعِفُ طَائِفَةً مِّنْهُمْ. But there's a special focus of Fir'aun on the Bani Israel, the Israelites. Trump has that focus on us. And as Muazzam mentioned, it's the administration, and we have no issues with America. The rapper, Low-Key, has said to me, the rapper Low-Key said, I ain't against America, America's against me. And me and we, as Muhammad Ali said, special emphasis on the Muslim community and the Muslim people. And likewise now, recently, what are we hearing? Islam is beautiful. Our deen is beautiful for all times. Maybe we didn't know about this hadith. Man farraqa bayna al-walidah wa waladihi farraqa Allahu baynahu wa bayna ahibbatihi yawm al-qiyamah. The one who separates a mother from a child, Allah would separate him or her from his beloved on the day of judgment. The separation of migrant children, 4 or 5 years old, from their parents. Dhulm to a max. And as Ustad Shakur mentioned, Sheikh Shakur, dhulm, that's not us. Whether it be for Muslims or non-Muslims, as Ustad Sheikh Dr. Uthman Latif mentioned, a deen of rahmah and mercy. Ya ibadi inni haramtu dhulma ala nafsi wa ja'altu baynakum muharrama fala tadhalamu. O my servants and slaves, I made dhulm haram upon myself and made it haram upon yourselves, so do not wrong one another. Coming to my last and final point that Ustad Asif mentioned for me to focus on. And that's interesting. The advice of Luqman alayhi salam to his son. Ya bunay. Bunay has a meaning of, in the Arabic language, they call it tasghir. You can say ya bani. But why is bunay used? It could be out of love, even though it's an older child, but out of love, I'm calling him bunay, making him feel more closer to me. Or it could be that the child is actually very young. Ya bunay, aqim as-salah. Establish the salah. And then what? Interestingly, some of us, firstly, good to see youngsters here. Good to see youngsters here. Some of us have this sense concerning oppression. We shouldn't speak. We shouldn't protest. And it's interesting, those who tell us not to speak and protest are who? It's like Malcolm X said. He said, they tell you to turn the other cheek. When you're slapped, you're supposed to turn the other cheek and give the other cheek, and they say it's the teaching of Isa alayhi salam. When Isa alayhi salam stood against the Pharisees and the Romans. They tell you to turn the other cheek, who? The slave master. Same today, those who don't want us to protest and speak up are the oppressors themselves. And they will tell you it's not the methodology of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or his companions, that's a lie. Ya bunay, he's teaching his children, our youngsters. So when we tell our children, shut up, be quiet, stay home, stay quiet, don't engage, don't get involved with these organizations that are challenging the system and challenging oppression. We're not following Luqman alayhi salam's advice. We're not following the legacy of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and his companions radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. Ya bunay aqim as-salah wa'mul bil ma'ruf wanha 'anil munkar. Command the good, forbid the evil. Yes, Dr. Salman, the system, the mass communication system is a messed up, oppressive system. On a large scale. It's the Goliath. We need to be the Davids. And if it's there overseeing us and our mass and our communication, Allah Ta'ala is above them, seeing what they're doing. And then Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala tells us, وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا أَسَابَكَ. Luqman alayhi salam says, وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا أَسَابَكَ. Be patient. Be patient for what you face. وَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. Because that's part of your determination and your iman and your steadfastness. Quickly, side point. We had some discussion on anti-blackness in the last few weeks, or month or so, touching on what Dr. Uthman mentioned. The Afro-American community, the Muslim Afro-American community is around 20%. When they were targeted, or black people are targeted, or the Mexicans and Hispanics that are being targeted, what are Muslims supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What is our faith and iman about? Does it have to be when it's only us? Stephen Clark, March 2018, a month or so before the month of Ramadan, 22-year-old, in the back garden of his grandmother, a Muslim, a black Muslim with 2 kids, is shot 20 times. 20 times. So part of justice that we stand, you know why I was happy when I was invited? Brother Azad contacted me. I said, we're being leaders. Tired of us going under somebody else and they're leading when leadership is for us. Let's lead people in justice and goodness and stand up against oppression, because the messengers of Allah Ta'ala and the advice of Luqman alayhi salam to his son is, we need to be commanding the good, forbidding the evil, and be leaders in the society. Jazakumullah khair for your time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.